大家好, and I want to welcome you from New York. We're hoping that through our KCY platform, we will be able to share with you the experiences and the pitfalls and the, how shall I say, the risks and the dangers that we went through as an investor and also as a philanthropist, and to be able to share those experiences with you as you embark on your own journey to create wealth and to be philanthropic and to make a difference in our respective communities. So how we differentiate ourselves at KCY is that unlike UBS or JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs, which offer really excellent investment advice, we understand the cross-cultural element between China and the US. I know some of you here, even though there are 15 families represented today, you have quite a few who are really consummate expert entrepreneurs. Some of you have your own funds. Some of you actually may have very elaborate investment already decision making. But what we hope to be able to do for you is not only guide you and introduce you to decades of experience that Kingdon Foundation has had in knowing the landscape and the lay of the land, not only amongst hedge funds, which has been our specialty, but also with private equity, with alternative investments, with real estate and VC. Some of you are already friends. I know you from other sources, and I see you as professional in your own right. But you are right to know that as you are busy and successful with your own funds or your own businesses, what are you going to do with your wealth? How do you grow your wealth in all these multiple disciplines? And then how do you differentiate yourself to make a meaningful life for you? And, as you know, there's only so much we can do with our money. So how do you utilize your funds in philanthropic ways that brings meaning to your life so that you can have a fulfilling, meaningful life? And I hope that KCY can help you reach that goal, and we'd love to partner with you.
Family offices do need to be customized for the beneficiaries, and focusing on the investment side, that's all the more true that you need to be able to pick the strategies that fit. First is a look at the goals. Then on the investment side, there's many different activities that a family office ought to do, a good family office. But the one universal one really is on the investment side. You need to have a very sound process in place. So let's focus a bit on the investment process. Your first step is you have to make the assumptions. It's very important to have sound macro assumptions. We are constantly reviewing and updating our assumptions on inflation, economic growth, interest rates. We subscribe through Kingdon, where we get the subscriptions to many different, very high quality macro services that we have as a resource also. So that's extremely helpful for us. So once you've made your assumptions, then that can help to define the type of strategies you're going to focus on and seek out. Most of our best ideas we get from our network. It's very important to have a good network in order to have the good pipeline of ideas coming. So the holy grail for me is the asymmetric returns, an investment that provides the better upside, because we want upside volatility, but that has limited downside. And that needs to be quantified and tracked. So we have a tremendous pipeline. We're constantly meeting with managers. I will stress that picking managers is as much an art as a science. They have to pass the character test.
So once a high net worth family determines they want to open a family office, what type of considerations should you take into deciding what type of structure works best for you? So a general rule of thumb is that for wealthy families, some of those families might be better off running with a lean internal team and outsourcing some of those other functions to capable partners.
there are two parallel sets of structure each family should have. One is deal with the investment vehicle, and the other one is the management company. So for the investment vehicle, that's where your assets come. That there's a management company. That's what we usually call family office. It's operating company. It provides management service to manage all the family assets in the investment vehicle. Why we cannot commingle everything together into one entity? I think one of the most important consideration for this is the global tax consideration. The major concern for this management company is whether it's a trade or business. So how we gonna treat that as a trade or business? My key point here is just to keep separate investment vehicle from a management company. And the second takeaway point is the management company. It's very important to treat it as a trade of business because otherwise it won't be able to deduct all the expenses.
Just to give you a peek preview of what our course will be like, of course, we'll have the privilege of getting Christine Wing back. She will be talking more in detail about how to create a family office and what are the ins and outs. But I thought in summary, what she said, what resonated with me today was she said that there was no rule, that you could start with $1 or you could start with $1 billion. And whatever it is, it's keeping track of your assets, and it keeps the family together. When she said that, her closing remark was keeping the family and sticking together while making money. And then also it's a best place, the foundation, when you create a foundation, it's a best place for young families and young individuals to invest your time and money into charities and be on boards of these families. Our job is to really guide you through how to create wealth that will allow you to create a foundation, to get you on boards of these charities so that you as an individual, you as a family, have a unified decision to live your personal and family and business life happily and in a most meaningful way. And we're here to help you and guide you. And I hope that this gave you enough incentive to come back, join us as a member. I believe
this, to me, goes back to very traditional Chinese values that I was instilled with, which is the concept, the Confucian concept of what constitutes a moral person. And also the Confucius concept of benevolence, that if you are in a position to do something, that you ought to exercise that capability for the good of the community.